People of YouTube land, what's going on? I want to tell you guys about what these new SMMA entrepreneurs aren't telling you. Welcome back to my channel. My name is David Feldman-Makrias, and without any of the fun introductory items, let's just get right into things. So, before I go over the list, I want to tell you a little bit about why I'm creating this video. What I'm seeing all over YouTube, LinkedIn, different places is these young entrepreneurs that are using SMMA or social media marketing agencies to expand their wealth very quickly, acquire clients, and sort of glamorize the agency industry. And you know what? That's completely fine. This is not a video about trying to isolate a group and saying that they're not doing things well. I think that is fantastic. I'm a supporter of everybody in their growth, but I do want to bring to light some of the aspects that these young entrepreneurs aren't telling you, either because it's not something that they want to highlight or that they don't know yet. One of the reasons I thought it was very important to create this video is because I have been in the agency sphere for a little under 10 years now. I've seen a lot of, or been with the wave of all of digital marketing and technology becoming more and more mainstream. So I feel like I can give some good insight as far as what veteran agency owners have gone through, can experience, and some of the trials and tribulations that goes through building an agency, running an agency, whether it be in SMMA, social media, um, excuse me, SMMA, or just overall general digital marketing agency, full service, creative, content marketing, what have you. So let's just get right into some of the tips here. So I'm going to go through and walk you through some of my feedback about what has been discussed and what I'm saying. So the first one is golden geese. Get clients that can afford to pay you and pay you well. So this is one thing I don't see a lot of social media marketers, especially new SMMA entrepreneurs, talk about. You got to get clients that pay you and can afford to pay you well. Getting your first couple clients, oftentimes in the agency sphere or freelancer sphere, you're really excited. You have your first client. You want to do a bunch of work. You want to make it absolutely perfect for them. And you don't care about how much time it's going to take to do something. And you know what? That's okay. That's an okay mindset to have, at least in the beginning. But something you always want to keep intact is in the agency space, you are selling yourself and you're selling your hours. It's your time, right? The time it takes you to do something. You're not necessarily selling a physical product. You're not selling an info product. It's your time and labor. So it's very, very important to consider that. What is your time worth? And you can easily look up some of these metrics when you're looking, through Google or wherever to see how much freelancers make in the specific service or industry that you're going after. You want to be competitive, but you also don't want to be too competitive where you price yourself so low that, companies, when you price yourself too low, uh, company owners don't respect you the same. They want to be able to pay for a service and they want to have confidence that the service is going to work. So, Golden Geese, I found from Alex Berman, fellow YouTuber. He's been around for a long time. He's got a big following and he's got some pretty good content about sales. Golden Geese are, the range of customers from a certain annual revenue perspective. So let's figure 5 million in annual revenue to 100 million in annual revenue. And what he talks about is those clients have A, enough money to pay you for marketing and pay you well, and B, there's not too many levels of hierarchy to go through in order to get to a decision maker to get marketing services from. So, or to sell marketing services to, I should say. So when you start getting into big corporations, there's a lot of C level hierarchies, a lot of chiefs that you have to go through to get to decision making, status. So it's easier to hit those golden geese first. So that's one of the things to pay attention to and is the most important thing in my perspective. Get clients that not only you can do, but can afford to pay you. Okay. Even if you don't have a lot of experience, that's not necessarily a thing that you need. You just need to have agile learning and you have to be willing to fail forward. So, next thing I want to talk about is performance versus growth marketing. And I heard this concept recently from Solutions 8, great YouTube channel specifically on Google Ads and PPC. Um, and what this means is performance marketing is different from growth marketing. Performance marketing is a lot of Google Ads, to be honest, and Amazon advertising. You're going after that low funnel and those low items like bidding on keywords. And you're trying to obtain a certain objective, like a certain cost per acquisition, a certain amount of leads, a certain cost per lead, a certain return on ad spend target, what have you. Performance marketing is you're trying to reach that more low hanging fruit objective. And what are the different ways you can manipulate the platform, creative, and content in order to do that? Performance marketing usually deals with paid advertising and digital paid advertising typically. Um, and it's something that is like a faucet. You turn the faucet on and ads start coming, and then you turn the faucet off and then the ads stop. Growth marketing is when you want to take clients more to the next level. It's not necessarily a faucet on, faucet off tangible result that you're going to get. It's not like you're going to be able to distinguishably measure return on ad spend right away. It's a little more vague and complex, and it's more of a long term influence, right? So, organic social media, for example, posting TikTok videos without paid advertising, um, search engine optimization, content building, creating video marketing, email marketing. A lot of these that are more organic and you're not necessarily paying digital platforms for ad space, it can be considered more growth marketing. So it's important to understand the difference between these two and to understand and isolate which type of marketing services you're going to offer, because that's going to change the way you talk to clients, lay out expectations, and evaluate your performance and overall metrics. I've done both performance and growth marketing. There's not really a there's not really a level of difficulty difference. I think they're both challenging in their own unique ways, and certain people are more suited towards either one or the other. Performance marketing is very tangible, very results driven, very paid advertising, analytical driven. Growth marketing is more holistic, organic, and takes more time to evolutionize, which you have to lay out expectations differently for clients, because performance marketing, you can easily show results, but the results can vary very volatile. It has a high volatility of variation. Or growth marketing, sometimes for the first 3 months, if you're in an SEO campaign or you're doing an SEO campaign, you don't see results for the first 3 months, and that could be normal. So you have to have very different expectations laid out for your client. Okay, the third one I want to get into is platform restrictions. And guys, I say clients, but this really can be anybody in the digital space doing any advertising and marketing. Could be key stakeholders for businesses, so on and so forth. So, platform restrictions, there are certain restrictions each platform has inherently, right? So, social media, let's say Facebook, for instance, because it's the dominant, at least right now, Facebook, owner of Instagram, really Meta now, but I don't care. I'm still calling it Facebook. Facebook has inherent restrictions to their marketing. It is easier to advertise certain industries over others. More recently, it's become more difficult. I have a lot of experience in the automotive sector. It's become more difficult recently in the automotive sector to advertise due to limitations on ads getting disapproved, lack of support, and we've had to use this for quite a while now, but it's what's called a special ad category, where if you're advertising specific types of messaging, like for example, automotive, if you're doing anything with an automotive or pricing targets or buy this car for X amount of dollars, you have to be what's in the credit special ad category, and that limits a lot of your audience applications and maneuvering. You can't select, you can't siphon in specific demographics. You have to be 18 to 65 plus. There are certain interest level targeting that's not available because you're in that special ad category. There's also ad categories for real estate or housing, political, and a bunch of others as well. So certain platform restrictions, you have to be well educated as far as what are the restrictions or what are the disadvantages of going with that specific platform. And the reason I hone in on Facebook is because that has been more strict over time. And that's something I don't hear a lot of social media marketing agencies or new social media marketers are not talking about. So again, I'm not trying to discourage in this video. I just want to enlighten, because if I knew some of this going in and I could explore more on some of these thoughts and ideas and educate myself, I could have furthered my progress a lot faster. So let's keep going here. So work on clients that you can make progress with fast. Yeah, especially as you're building up, you want to get clients, but you also want to get clients that can afford to pay you, but also you can make progress with quickly. Because if you can do that, then you can build up case studies, and then you can build up and share your results to get even more clients. Okay. So definitely, if you can, work with clients you can make progress with fast. And if you want to know how to do that, I would hinder more towards performance marketing rather than growth marketing, because performance marketing can give a tangible result quickly. You just need to really gear yourself more to paid advertising, paid digital advertising versus organic digital advertising. I think that it's a little bit easier, simpler, at least to get started right away and see results quickly. Um, so that's how I would work with that, at least for this current space in September 15th, 2022. Also, something I want to talk about, it's not only about getting clients, it's about keeping clients, guys. You got to be able to keep your clients. Let's see if I can make my video a little bigger. No, I don't like that. You got to be able to keep your clients as well. There's so many videos out there about how to get clients fast, and 30 days through, 30 clients or whatever the catchy title is on the thumbnails. But you also have to be able to keep your clients, because what's the point of getting a client? You're with each other for 1 month, results don't go quite as good, deliverables fail out, expectations don't get met, and then you lose that client. You put in a lot of work to get that client. You want to make sure you keep them. My average client retention is 3 to 4 years currently, and again, it'll differ depending upon the industry, the market, the conditions, what services you're providing. But I'd rather spend a lot of work getting the client and then doing the best job I can to keep them over time, because that's what I find to lead to the most success. You actually get to build relationships with them. You get to know them on a personal level. You get to understand their livelihood, their life, and actually make a difference, which is the whole point of my company, to make a difference in their livelihood and their situation. And that's why I think about value of the relationship. Like, I just brought pastries to one of my clients when I went to an in-person visit last week, and it's something that was specific to their culture. So it was nice to be able to share that. I've been working with this client for about 3 years now, and actually more than that, 3, 4, I think 4 years. Anyways, I've known this client for a while, and we've developed a relationship and a rapport, which is excellent. I see a lot of people in the space just like, get more clients, get more clients, get more clients, and that's great. I think that that's a great thing, but also I think it has to be a little bit about the customer service too, because you are in marketing after all. What kind of customer service can we provide for these clients? And how do we actually make a difference in their business? One of the ideas is to actually go visit them and learn about their struggles, visit their facility, whatever it is. Once you do that, you're going to have a lot more respect from your client. So just some of the ideas here. And the last one I want to talk about is unexpected events. I mean, here, there's a lot of trials and tribulations that you go through from owning a business and having clients. I do think that digital marketing agencies and SMMAs are great, but there are unexpected events that can happen. When you build a team, people are going to underperform. It just happens. You have to go through and find the right people. And sometimes finding the right people, you will hire people that aren't quite right. Or you will explore people that said that they could do a whole lot, but then actually, when it comes time to put the proof to the pudding, they don't have the skill set, or they over infatuated their skill set. So there's also things like process breakdowns. One of the biggest challenges I find in the industry right now for digital marketing is it's evolving so quickly. One of the caveats, not caveats, but examples to that right now is Performance Max through Google Ads. And that is the best practices and standard operating procedures on those types of campaigns are literally changing all the time. So it's very, very important to keep your process up to date, up to snuff, and make it an agile process learning system, because once you make the process, it'll probably change. Um, Keeping up with trends and latest data as well, that's a challenge. And one thing I want to talk about too, I've been through instances of this lawsuits. I have a video about this, how we actually went through mitigate or litigation as far as privacy and data protection and um, copyright issues. Those are things you have to watch out for as well, because there's a lot of content floating out there and floating around out there, and you think you may have an award winning idea and you kind of take it from other examples. You have to be very careful about how your copyright plays into action, and you have to make sure that your team is educated about this as well, because trust me, you don't want to go through a lawsuit. It's pretty terrible. It's not fun. So yeah, guys, not trying to discourage you. If you're an SMMA, a young SMMA person that is getting into the space, that is awesome. Keep going. It's excellent. But I also want everyone to be able to be educated about some of the hindrances and some of the things that these young SMMA entrepreneurs aren't telling you. It's not just a glamorous life. There are some things you have to go through to be a veteran agency owner, and to get to that point, just like anything in life, if it's challenging, it's usually worth doing. If it's not challenging, it's usually not worth doing. There are going to be challenges and obstacles that come in your way, but that's part of the reason I create this content, to actually help you guys and to enlighten and expand your minds into what could potentially be on the road or the horizon, or the little obstacles and blocks that you should be on the lookout for, so you can get to your goals, and grow your agency and grow your client base even faster. All right, that's it from me today. I'll see you guys in the next video. If you like this, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks so much. Talk to you later.